Welcome to another edition of the Coach George Kiefer Show. Along with the coach, I'm Jim Lauk. We are at beautiful Corbett Stadium here, where the Bulls will not be playing for a while. They're in the midst of a few road games, but we've got a big game coming up in just a couple of weeks here when the Bulls return home in conference play. Today, we're going to look back at a big conference win against UConn and a very, very difficult and well-played non-conference game out west in the Rocky Mountains against Denver. Coach, let's talk about UConn first of all. September 26th here at the stadium. The history between these two clubs is well written. A lot of great matches. There's not a lot of 4-1s and 5-2s when these two teams get together. This was just a great tight match, and Nazim put it in the back of the net when you needed it.
Yeah, the goal was a really good goal, and we'd been working a lot on the relationship between the two forwards, and I think we played a ball behind Marcus, served it first time, and then Beckett brought it down and slipped Nazim. High-level goal, which is good, and those are the types of goals that you need to score against the UConn, because they don't give you anything. So I was real pleased, and what was real great about that game, being the 50th reunion, was having Coach Holcomb on the bench with us and letting him be a part of it, and really breaking down the history to the guys as far as Coach Holcomb and what he built here, and so I was real pleased to get a win on the evening.
Part of the 50th anniversary celebration that weekend, marking the 50th anniversary of the beginning of USF athletics, which was men's soccer, September 1965. Well, that moved the Bulls to 6-2 on the season. It got them a top 25 national ranking. And as we always say, you duck no one in the early part of the season and pre-conference play. This time you fly 2,000 miles, you go up into the altitude against top 10 Denver, and this was just a real defensive struggle. Not a lot of shots in this game, and Bulls wind up falling 1-0.
Yeah, the game was a bit of a grind in that, about 2 hours before the game, there was a large hail and rainstorm that came in. So the field became very difficult to play good soccer on, and Denver plays really good soccer. They're really good at keeping the ball. I feel like we do a good job with it as well, where I would have liked to have seen that game played in conditions where both teams could go after each other, but to give them credit, it was a matter of adapting to the field conditions and playing the game smart, and I thought our guys did a good job of that. There was 1 or 2 chances that literally I felt would have been high percentage goals that just stopped in the water right before Nazim was able to hit one, and then right before Mazzara was able to hit one. So you walk away from the game wanting to look at the structure of your team, but not I can't look too much into the attack in that match, because you couldn't stand and cut and run. That's how wet the field was.
Did you have to change your substitution patterns at all because of that and or the altitude?
The altitude I didn't think had any impact on it. I think our guys are really fit, and the homework we've done is just don't get there too early, get in and get out. So I thought we were really prepared for that, and the thing we had to change most in this game was to make the game a territorial game, which means you're not going to connect too many passes with your backs. It's play forward, get the game in their half of the field, and that's something that we don't work on every day, because we like to bring it from right to left a lot. In saying that, I think we learned a lot from the game.
So that moves the Bulls to 6-3 on the season. They've got more travel and more conference games coming up. We'll take a look at the schedule coming up. When we return, we'll revisit that great 1-0 win over UConn and talk with a guy who got the goal. Nazim Bartman will join us when the Coach George Kiefer Show continues.
Looking for an individual or family health care plan, or maybe a dental policy? Look no further than the Tampa Florida Blue Centers in West Shore, Carrollwood, and Pinellas Park. For more information, go to floridablue.com or call the number on the screen.
Welcome back to the Coach George Kiefer Show. Bulls with a little bit more time on the road before coming back to Corbett Stadium. Nazim Bartman is joining us, junior, member of the Bulls, had a big goal against UConn a couple of days back. Welcome. Thanks for taking time for us.
Thanks for having me.
Tell us a little bit about your history. How did you land at USF? You're a long way from home.
Yeah, I'm from South Africa, and I basically came to America in 2012. But I was at Lindsey Wilson College first, and I transferred to Tyler Junior College, and that's where Coach George Kiefer saw me play, and he recruited me from there.
We have so many guys who say when they looked at USF, they looked at the style of play, aggressive offensively, wide open attack. Did that appeal to you too?
Yep. Everything they told me about how they play and the ball, the position we have with the ball, and everything they explained to me was exactly what I expected before I came to USF. So it's been great so far this year.
I want to take you back a few days to the game against UConn. Even though you haven't been here that long, I'm sure you know the history. I mean, it's the Bulls and Huskies, the Huskies and the Bulls in this conference the last few years. You got the goal, 1-0 win here at Corbett, big crowd, exciting night. Describe that play, describe that evening.
Like the first half was rough for us. There wasn't many chances created, and the game was just quiet for us. And then coach told us at halftime exactly what we needed to do, how to attack them and how to defend when they had the ball, and we came out in the second half and did that exactly. Marcus got a ball on the wing and he clipped it into Melvin, and me and Melvin have been working on practice the entire week how to link up plays and how to work off one another, and I made a run in behind and he saw me and he clipped me in, and I put it away.
Crowd loved it.
Oh yeah, the crowd was amazing. I bet they loved it, yeah.
We see this all through USF athletics. Soccer, I think in particular, sometimes men and women from all over the world, different backgrounds, different nationalities, come together as a unit. Is that love of soccer, or is it will to win? How does that happen?
I think it's mostly the love of soccer that brings us all together. Because I mean, basically on our team we have so many players from different countries all over the world, and we are one when we're on the field. We are like we've been together for a very long time, and that's the one thing about soccer. It brings all of us together and just makes it unbelievable to play together and be a great team.
Nazim, thanks. Have a great rest of the season. We appreciate you being with us.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
Nazim Bartman of USF Soccer. Stay with us. We've got a lot more to come. We'll preview some of the upcoming matches when the Coach George Kiefer Show continues.
Once again, Tampa General Hospital is proud to be named the #1 hospital in Tampa Bay by U.S. News & World Report, and recognized as one of America's best hospitals in 4 specialties: cardiology and heart surgery, nephrology, orthopedics, and urology. #1 in Tampa Bay, again, and one of America's best. Tampa General Hospital, trusted for our expertise, chosen for our care.
This is where the legends live, waiting for someone with better innovation. From the brand that reinvented the t-shirt comes the Under Armour Speedform Apollo. This is our rocket ship.
Welcome back to the Coach George Kiefer Show. Nazim Bartman's been a key member of this team, and just a smart guy who is always in the right spot doing the right thing out there.
Nazim, and I've said it before, I think he's one of the best forwards in the country, and you know, that's what he can do on the ball. It's his calmness in front of the goal, but it's also how hard he works defensively, where, you know, when you have a player like that that does those things, it makes it very easy as a head coach to manage the team, because when your top guys, some of your hardest working guys on the field, it just makes everything so much easier.
Well, the Bulls did get a couple of days in Tampa after that Denver trip, but they're going right back out again. First Temple and then Tulsa. So let's talk about Temple. It's a rough little stretch of the series where you gotta, you know, take a lot of airplane rides and spend a lot of nights in hotels, but everybody's got to do it. I know you guys are ready for it. Preview the match against Temple for us.
Yeah, and we'd like to get on the road. We've been home for a while, where when you get on the road, you can mix up guys and set up little things to help the team chemistry and that. So we look forward to going to Philly. And Temple is a great opponent. We've had some really good games with them over the past few years, and they're a team that plays really good soccer. So you know, we're going to go there, and they'll come after us. We'll go after them, but you know, it's going to be a soccer match. So we look forward to it.
Temple first, then Tulsa, then finally home on October 10th. And if you're coming out to that game, you may have noticed on the Bulls schedule the start time for that was listed as a TBA. It's now set. It will be a 7 p.m. match on October 10th. That's your next chance to catch the Bulls here at Corbett Stadium in Tampa. Coach, have some great travels.
Thank you.
We'll look forward to seeing you again soon.
Thanks, Jim.
Head coach of the Bulls, George Kiefer, join us for all the best USF men's soccer coverage right here on GoUSFBulls.com.